I want to talk about this what the state senate is planning on doing now. I mean, because I will say this, over at Abundant Life Christian Academy, uh, which the school shooting incident took place, resulting in a teacher and a student and and the the student who happened to be a former, supposedly, the 15-year-old who happened to be either a former student or something like that when they turned the gun when they died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. I want to talk about this right here. Now, let me go on the record to say this before I get into further detail. I mean, we're here in Madison. We are still grieving over the over over this tragic event, and my thoughts and prayers goes out to the family affected by this. However, I need to I need to talk about this right here because only in the People's Republic of Madison you're now talk you got the state senators and state representatives like leftists. Leftists like Melissa Agard and Kelda, whom, by the way, represent the People's Republic of Madison. Unfortunately, I live here, as well as like Dane County, which is in Wisconsin, and which is where Madison is located at. They're all of a sudden trying to push more additional gun laws. Now, keep this in mind. I lived in the city of Chicago. I lived in the city of Chicago for a good chunk of my life, and I quite and due to this recent tragic event, I pretty much was going to call it out as is. Leftist politicians will basically talk about gun laws this and gun laws that, adding more gun control. Here's the issue right here. Last time I checked, gun control was only penalizing law-abiding citizens. They are not they are not penalizing the criminals. We don't need additional gun control. We really do not. What we really need is criminal control. You know, criminals who keep going in and out of the joint. Because nowadays, because of our current presidential administration, which is going to be outgoing come January 20th, and as well as liberal leftist politicians, especially here in Madison, we've been hit with too much soft on crime policies. I don't know about you, but last last time I checked, wasn't it the Democrats that was talking about defunding the police? And all of a sudden, because of uh because of this recent incident that took place here in Madison, Now they're pushing for more gun control. A lot of sensible folks called this out. I mean, would have called it. I mean, had called it. Yeah, I literally predict that they were going to talk about that. But here's the thing: the issue at hand is that it's penalizing law-abiding citizens. It's it's penalizing those who obey the law and follow the law. It's not penalizing the Crips and the Bloods on on the other side of town. It's not penalizing the skinheads and the KKK out in I don't know the boondocks somewhere. And it sure as hell ain't penalizing the drug cartels that's coming in our neighborhoods and communities from south of the border. I mean, straight up. I've known, yes, I known lefties here in the People's Republic of Madison. On social media, when it comes to incident like this, they always want to bring up more gun control. They always wanted to ban more gun control legislation. But the issue at hand is this: that gun control stuff, it ain't working. It never did work. And keep this in mind, I lived on the far south side of Chicago. And when the politicians there were pushing that gun control nonsense, did that stop crime? No, it has not. I've driven on the north side of Milwaukee. I've been around in I've been around in the north side of Milwaukee. And I'm gonna tell you this. The north side of Milwaukee is a real shithole. It's a ghetto shithole, in my humble opinion. And I'm willing to bet Milwaukee politicians are pushing have pushed gun control laws time and time again. And that did not stop crime. That did not stop crime. So the moral behind this is this: we don't need gun control. What we need is criminal control. What we need is, putting mental illness in check. Because I'm willing to bet some people would think that some people would put the blame on that. Just like some ignoramuses want to put the blame on the gun. Lastly, I checked. Guns don't kill people. People who do not value human life kill people. So, Melissa Agard and Kelda Royce, you need to rethink. You need to rethink. Because, especially here in Madison alone, this year we've had multiple homicides. Where were you then? Nowhere to be found. Where was that degenerate Mark Pocan? Nowhere to be found. Probably having a quote unquote Diddy party with his domestic partner, I would say. Where was Mayor Moonbeam before long before that shooting incident happened at Abundant Life Christian Academy? Because apparently Mayor Moonbeam, she didn't say anything about how many homicides we had this year in Madison alone. Hell, where was our governor, Tony Evers? Because, he's the most inept piece of crap governor that I've ever known. He's worse than he's just as bad, if not worse than J.B. Prickster over in the state of Illinois, our neighboring state. Especially when we have a whole bunch of fibs coming into Wisconsin just to bring their crime and drama up here. Now, if you don't know what the word fibs mean, what the words fibs means, it means effing Illinois B words. Yeah, let me repeat that. The word fibs mean effing Illinois B words. And most of those fibs would be coming from Chicago or Rockford or maybe some other crime infested hellhole in the state of Illinois. But that's all I gotta say. I am Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. I am signing off.